Hello, and welcome to the next episode of the Nurse and Strengthen podcast. I am super excited to talk to you guys about my favorite 2 weeks of the entire year. Actually, it's really my favorite 1 week of the entire year, but it also includes my favorite holiday, which would be Christmas coming up. This episode is releasing mid-December, and my absolute favorite week of the year is that crazy week. That weird week between Christmas and New Year's. Here's what I try to do. I try to take things as off with work as possible, just focus on my family and relaxing and not having lots of things to do. So we're going to talk about why I love this week of the year. We're going to talk about the last 2 weeks of the year and why most people approach this last 2 weeks of the year completely wrong, okay? I'm going to have a few hot takes in here, things that might be totally different than what you hear, but they're going to make these next 2 weeks, the best ever, okay? Because they're weird, right? Nobody knows what day of the week it is. Nobody knows if it's Monday, it's Wednesday, if it's morning or night or whatever, right? We're hunkered down. We're in the house. Oftentimes it is cold, snowy, whatever, maybe not for you, but it's a time to just kind of cozy up inside, right? But this is the time of year when so many women are like, I should set some goals. I should make a plan. I should get my crap together. I should be more productive because I have this time. No, actually, you shouldn't. Not right now, okay? Especially if you're in perimenopause, and especially if you have been running like a crazy woman for like 8 weeks, like since Halloween, right? Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. It's a lot. It's a lot. So today we're going to be talking about creating a 2-week plan to purposefully relax. Now, I don't know if you are someone who has a hard time slowing down, has a hard time relaxing. Personally, I do not. I love to relax. I love to play. I love to lay down and read a book. I love it. So this is why I like these 2 weeks of the year so much. Now, technically, the first week of this 2 weeks, you're gearing up towards Christmas. So that's a bit crazy. And we're going to talk about that as well. But when I talk about purposefully relaxing, I don't mean collapsing on the couch and scrolling Instagram, doom scrolling. I don't mean I'm going to rest, but I'm going to rest when all my stuff is done. I'm talking about planning, strategic, restorative, hormone and metabolism supporting rest that actually is going to make you feel so much better come January, okay? And we're also going to talk about some of the easiest goals you've ever set because they're going to be minimums, okay? These are not going to be huge, outrageous goals. They're going to be minimums, non-negotiables, your basics, okay? You guys ready? Let's jump on in, all right? First, I want to talk about why rest is actually a strategy, not a luxury, not something you are indulging in. This is part of an overall plan, right? And here's the truth that nobody tells us, okay? Your body is not going to lose fat when you're overstressed. Your hormones don't balance when you're overstressed. Your digestion doesn't work as well when you're super stressed. And your sleep doesn't repair you and is not as restorative when you're in a high stress mode, okay? And that's what the holidays are, right? They are go, go, go. You're likely have been having more sugar, more alcohol, less sleep, more peopling, right? Which maybe that gives you life, but for many of us, it can drain us, right? You've probably had more obligations, more on your mind, more of this, I have to be everything for everyone. And your body is like, hold it, sister. Time to calm down, okay? So what you need right now is not more discipline. You need to send your body signals of okay, everything's okay. Time to relax, time to breathe, because we know when January hits, we are going to have those pinches to reach goals and push a little bit more. That's what we're going to want to do, right? So right now, we're not. We're just gonna let that sit for a minute. If you want to, think about goals, think about your next year and that sort of thing, that's fine. But now is not the time to hustle for it, okay? In my opinion. All right. So what does this strategic relaxing really look like? This is not zoning out, like I said, doom scrolling. It is resetting your entire system, really, your entire nervous system, okay? So things like a slow walk in the cold. This is not walking for exercise. This is getting outside, just shocking your system with some cold and going for a walk outside. It is making a yummy, cozy meal and slowly eating. It is turning off your phone or putting it in a drawer for an hour so you're not tempted to stare at it. It is a hot shower or a bath in the evening. Maybe some meditation or breathing exercises. Maybe it is doing something relaxing with your kids like coloring. Maybe it is playing a musical instrument, watching a holiday movie without multitasking on your phone. Maybe doing a puzzle or reading something for fun. That's my favorite. I love to read for fun. I like to read for self-development as well and learning, but I love, love, love to read for fun. Maybe it is just dimming the lights and closing your eyes a little bit. Maybe it's going to bed a little earlier. These are all nervous system regulators, okay? And when your nervous system is regulated, everything else in your body is easier. Your weight loss, your cravings, your energy, your mood, your patience, your sleep, all of it, okay? And playing, relaxing, doing things that bring you joy and actual play, like when you were a kid, is actually a really important part of this. And when did we stop playing, you guys? That's one of the biggest reasons we're stressed. Okay, it's not that we have so much to do, which we do, but we're not including enough of the stuff we love, okay? Getting out there and playing is going to lower your cortisol, increase your dopamine, and just really help you feel happier. So in the next 2 weeks, I want you to ask, what sounds fun? Maybe it's something that you used to do when you were younger, okay? Maybe it's revisiting that. You guys, a lot of you probably know I rollerblade a lot. And that is something that is so fun for me and brings me a lot of joy and feels more like play than exercise. That's why I like it so much, because it feels like fun. It feels like play. Bonus, it's also exercise. And so that's why I do it so much. So what will be fun? Don't think about what's going to be productive, what's going to be useful, what's going to be fun. Maybe it's playing a game with your kids. Maybe it's baking. Maybe it is watching a movie with popcorn, or getting outside and sledding, or building a snowman, or a date night doing something silly that you would have done in college. Maybe ice skating, maybe playing karaoke in your kitchen, doing a puzzle, or just something you loved as a kid. Play is so, so important for our hormone health, you guys. It's such a good nervous system regulator. So now that we understand, okay, we are going to purposefully relax, purposefully include some of these things in our day, and purposefully play. Let's talk about what I want you to actually do for the next 2 weeks, okay? And this is the only goal setting we're doing until January, unless you're just like kind of doing some pre-planning. I don't want you actively going after things, okay? So you're gonna get 3 baselines, 3, all right? We're gonna have a nutrition anchor. We're gonna have a movement floor. By floor, I mean like a bottom goal, not like a ceiling, right? And a stress buffer. Okay, so let's talk about these. So your nutrition anchor. This is one non-negotiable I want you to set for the next 2 weeks. Maybe that is protein at every meal. Maybe that is getting in a healthy meal every 3 to 4 hours. Maybe it is having 2 or 3 extra servings of fruits or veggies each day. Maybe it is to stop grazing and snacking after dinner. Whatever it is, choose just one. And that is your non-negotiable, okay? Your one thing you're going to do no matter what, every single day. If you do the thing, your day was a success, okay? Number 2, the movement one. This can be something like a 20-minute walk outside, a couple lifting sessions a week. Maybe a mobility or a stretching routine. Maybe it is 20 minutes of light movement, or maybe you just say 30 minutes of movement a day. And that can be your walking, your mobility or yoga, or your strength training. It's just something like that. So you have your movement, non-negotiable, and then a stress buffer every single day. This can be maybe a new nighttime routine, a wind down routine. Maybe it's no phone in your bed. Maybe it is 5 to 10 minutes of deep breathing throughout your day. Something like that is your nutrition, non-negotiable, your movement, non-negotiable, and your stress buffer, non-negotiable. And that is it. You got 3 things. That is going to be enough to keep your body and your mindset and your hormones stable during this crazy time where this first week of these last 2 weeks, we're going crazy, right? We're trying to make, I almost said Halloween. We're trying to make Christmas perfect for everyone, right? We have so much on our plates. And then that last week, is like, what is even happening? Okay. So we're going to infuse some stress relief into that week before Christmas or week of Christmas. And then we are just going to live it up and treat ourselves and our bodies so nice that last week of the year. And we're going to get ready. We're going to get ready to hit it hard in January because we know we love to do that, right? So here's what this looks like. Every day, you're going to have your nutrition non-negotiable, your movement non-negotiable, and your stress buffer. But then I also want you to add something each week. Add a couple things. One joyful activity, okay? Something with play, something that makes you happy. One act of real rest, a nap, a long bath, a longer reading session, real rest, okay? And then identify something that you are going to not do. And this is something that might otherwise drain you, might otherwise you feel pressure to do, but you don't want to do. Maybe it is, I'm not going to cook a new meal every single night. Or I am not going to that event because I don't really feel like I need to. It's more just, it was a kind of a checking the box sort of thing. Or I am not going to force a workout when my body really needs rest. Okay. And then finally, I want you to remember that you get to rest, you get to enjoy the food, you get to have fun, and none of this is going to derail your goals because truly they don't, you guys, I promise. Okay, so we're going to rest now, and our January self is going to thank us, and this is our time to slow down, soften up, nurture your nervous system because you're not behind, you're not doing anything wrong. All you're doing is you're creating room to grow in the future. You're creating that space for the next season of your life where you can push. But if you are constantly just going, constantly running on fumes and exhausted, you never really grow, right? So this is why I love these last 2 weeks of the year. We're going to purposefully rest, relax, and we're going to hit it hard in January, and we're going to grow, and it's going to be amazing. So hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas. We're not going to have episodes for the next 2 weeks. So I will see you back in January 2026. Man, that is absolutely crazy, but I've got some big things in the works for 2026. I'm so excited to share them with you guys. And I will see you guys next year.